What are the responsibilities of a company? In 1991, Dr. Archie Carroll, a business management author and professor at the University of Georgia, outlined the 4 areas that were essential in a company's corporate social responsibility. These elements were organized in order of importance and presented visually in what is now known as the Pyramid of Corporate Social Responsibility. Carroll's CSR Pyramid is a simple framework that helps argue how and why organizations should meet their social responsibilities. The key features of Carroll's CSR Pyramid are economic. This is the responsibility of businesses to be profitable. This is the only way to survive and benefit society in the long run. Legal. This is the responsibility to obey the law, like following regulations on employment, competition, health, and safety. Ethical. This is the responsibility to act morally and ethically. With this responsibility, businesses should go beyond the requirement of the law, like proper treatment of customers, suppliers, and employees. Discretionary or philanthropic. This is the responsibility to give back to society. The responsibility is discretionary but still important, like giving to charity, giving time and effort on community projects. The philanthropic model. A business must contribute to social causes as a matter of philanthropy. Philanthropy is most often seen in the form of financial contributions, but it can also include time and resources. Philanthropic corporate social responsibility involves donating funds, goods, or services to another organization or cause. It must be recognized that to drive social change, corporations must rethink philanthropy. Philanthropy must involve finding long-term solutions rather than delivering temporary relief. An important note is a business's philanthropic activity does not occur without oversight. Since the early 2000s, corporations have sought to hold charities accountable for how they use donations. In this way, these beneficiaries of philanthropy demonstrate both a responsible use of the funds they have received. There are 2 criticisms to this model. One is that managers are the agents of owners. They have no right to use corporate resources except to earn owners greater returns on their investment. Another is that philanthropy done for financial reasons is not fully ethical and not truly an act of social responsibility. Note that philanthropy acts as public relations and attracts goodwill for the company, which often than not translates to more profit. The social web model. The social web model views a business as a citizen of society, and like all members of a society, it must conform to the ethical duties and obligations of society. The philosopher Norman Bowie has presented a principle of CSR that falls under the social web model. He calls it the moral minimum. Bowie argues that beyond the economic duty to obey the law, businesses have an important ethical duty to respect human rights. Respecting human rights is the moral minimum that we expect of every person, whether they are acting as individuals or within the boundaries of a corporation. Bowie identifies his moral minimum as a form of Keynesian theory of business ethics. It is pretty much aligned with the categorical imperative. According to Bowie, as long as managers comply with the moral minimum and cause no harm, they have a responsibility to maximize profits. The challenge, however, is that many times the contractual duty that managers have to stockholders overrides the responsibility to prevent harm or to do good. The integrative model. The integrative model of social responsibility involves the standards of knowing who your actions affect, knowing how to help the most people possible, and knowing how to benefit those who are left out of a business decision. In the integrative model, the firms bring social goals into the core of their business model and fully integrate economic and social goals. It involves the stakeholder theory and the moral minimum theory. It recognizes that CSR means sustainability. Sustainability holds that a firm's financial goals must be balanced against environmental considerations. This approach points out that all economic activity exists within a biosphere of life. The success of a business must be judged not only against the financial bottom line of profitability, but also against the ecological and social bottom lines. Today, many companies understand that an environmentally unsustainable firm is also financially unsustainable in the long run. The integrative model sees that the present economic growth is running against the limits of the biosphere's capacity to sustain life.